start in July and they carry them. Hey, they have staged releases, once in July, another, and I would say in August or October. And then it's crazy how they stage out these ornament releases.
Yeah.
Now, remember, David, a couple, was it, I think the last episode or the episode before, we had a nice little discussion about a rumor that was going around. That was there was some partial confirmation from pretty reliable sources that I was content with discussing on the show, and that was the rumor of Ahsoka Tano coming to season 2 of The Mandalorian.
Yeah, yeah.
So, of course, if you don't remember if you missed that episode and haven't heard that yet, go back and listen. But the rumor actually was that the actress Rosario Dawson had been signed to portray a live-action Ahsoka in Mandalorian season 2. And it was all speculation. It was all rumor. Then Clayton Sandell, who's a great guy and a stellar ABC reporter, did say he did talk to sources and confirmed that Ahsoka will be in season 2. And he saw a short list of people that were hired for the show or for the season 2, and her name was on the list, but nobody would confirm who was playing what. So then there were several people that could be doing it. So he confirmed that that Ahsoka will be in season 2, but not sure who. Well, and that's pretty much where it's been. Lucasfilm, Disney hasn't said a word. They probably won't until the series airs, especially with the Clone Wars wrapping up right now. But this week, Rosario Dawson did an interview with Variety magazine, which, of course, Variety is a well-respected, well-known publication, Hollywood gossip. No, not really a gossip rag, but it's got they do a lot of great reporting there. And in the interview, they asked her about her playing Ahsoka in season 2 of The Mandalorian. And here's exactly what she said. And I'm reading verbatim what she said. That's no confirmation yet, but when that happens, I will be very happy. I'm very excited for that to be confirmed at some point. Why would you be excited for something to be confirmed if you weren't doing it?
Right. She basically confirms it without confirming it. That was pretty good. I think we're there. I mean, Ashley's confirmed that she's not a part of it. Obviously, Clayton Sandell's stuff says that. This response here, it puts it at 99.9%. The last little bit we need is for Lucasfilm or Disney to confirm it. And she's basically saying that it is going to be confirmed by them at some point. So it looks like it's her, my friend.
I'm willing to believe it is her. She's a great actress, and this will be fun to see her play the role because I know she's a huge Star Wars fan, and she's kind of been angling for this role for a long time. But this will be great. I can't, like I said, this still is not confirmed by Disney or Lucasfilm yet, so everybody's just kind of waiting for that to happen. But based on what she's saying, it's one of those. To me, it sounds like one of those, and apparently there's a video of the interview. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, but to me, it sounds like one of those things where her mouth is saying no, but her head is shaking yes.
Okay, it's one of those. Okay,
to me, that's how I'm reading it. But I mean, there's no reason to be excited if you're not the one doing it. So,
sure,
yeah. If I will say this though. If she's not playing Ahsoka and she pulled off that statement, I have whole new respect for her acting skills.
Well, agreed. Yes. Yeah, I'm there. Like I said, we always take the stance until Lucasfilm or Disney or both say it. We'll hold off on it. But I mean, look, as soon as Clayton Sandell said what he said, about who was on the list and who wasn't, and then you put this with that. Yeah, I feel pretty confident in it. But it'll be confirmed. Probably, like I said, probably some point after we wrap up this last arc.
Well, I
Or maybe
honestly,
not. Or maybe
I
not.
don't think they'll confirm. I think they'll probably write it out for a while,
Yeah.
and then probably it'll probably be something that celebration we might find out there. I think that's something they would sit on till celebration.
Yeah. Yeah.
With a trailer for the upcoming season and this and that. I could see it happening then. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. So, and of course, as of right now, Celebration is still on. There's been no decisions made by Reed Pop or Lucasfilm about that. So Celebration is still scheduled for August if y'all are going. Just keep an eye on the news, and if we hear something, we'll let you know. But as of right now, we're good to go on Celebration, and that's where I expect to hear more about this casting rumor. With that, of course, with all the craziness of life going on right now and everybody being isolated at home and having our families there with very little to do, one thing that we have been seeing is a lot of celebrities have been sitting down doing live video feeds and of them reading children's stories to kids, which I absolutely adore. I love the fact that they're doing that. Disney has been doing a whole line of them on their social media pages. LeVar Burton from Reading Rainbow and Star Trek The Next Generation has gotten with some publishing companies, and they're giving him all these books to read. And it is probably to me, it's probably the greatest thing that come out of this. This whole situation is we have everybody chipping in to educate and to encourage our children. And I love that.
Oh, yeah. It's outstanding. Yeah.
It is. It truly is. And what's great is Star Wars is not letting it the opportunity slide by as well. They're doing their part. They're reading stories. Of course, the first one we mentioned was it last week or the week before we mentioned where Ashley Eckstein read her book, I Am a Padawan.
Absolutely, yeah.
So she did that, but we had two come out this week. Within the last week? Did you see these, David?
I watched Daisy Ridley's.
Yeah,
yeah.
Daisy Ridley read BB-8 on the Run this week, and we also had Jonas Suotamo.
Yeah.
Suotamo, aka Chewbacca from Rogue One and Force Awakens, Last Jedi, and Rise of Skywalker. He read Chewie and the Porgs. It sounds like a band, doesn't it?
I know.
Chewie and the Porgs. But yeah, Chewie and the Porgs. And these are great stories. They're just fun. They're fun to watch. They're fun to watch with your kids. And I tell you, it's nice seeing this happen. I mean, if you there was also the I just blanked on her name. Oh my gosh, I gotta look it up real quick. She was the bounty hunter in Mandalorian.
Oh, wait a minute. The
one that they were hunting for in the desert, and
yeah, she. Oh God, she played.
She's also an agent. Also an agent Agent of Shield.
Yeah, she played Fennec Shand in The Mandalorian. I can see her face right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it Ming?
Yeah, Ming-Na Wen.
Ming-Na Wen.
Yeah, she actually did one because she actually is she did one for Disney because she actually is she works quite a bit with Disney. She actually voiced Mulan in the animated movie. So she actually read a Mulan book, which was really cool. So, I mean, there's all kinds of stories out there. I actually watched one the other night with my daughter. It was Paige O'Hara who voiced Belle in the animated Beauty and the Beast. She was reading, of course, Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, it's just so cool.
Very cool. Very cool. There's a lot of great great stories out there. But I at least wanted to throw out there the three that our Star Wars people had done with Ashley, Daisy, and Jonas, who did great jobs. And I'll actually have some links for those in the show notes, so you can get to them quickly if you want to watch them. They're available. They're fun to watch. So you'll get those together. And of course, we'll go over that. The last bit of news kind of wraps up into our final discussion. So we'll just leave that final piece of news for the close of the show, because it deals with the upcoming final arc. So, all right. That closes out our news segment, David.
All right.
So let's go ahead and jump into Together Again. Da-da-da-da. We're talking together again. Why am I singing all the time tonight? I don't know. It's just it's going to be one of those recordings, David. I'm sorry.
It's going to be fun. People, our listeners, we don't know what's going to come next, with you.
Nobody ever knows what comes next with me.
Neither do I.
My wife's been saying that for 13 years. So tonight our discussion is going to be on Together Again, which was the final episode of the Martez Sister arc, was released on Disney Plus on Friday, April 10th of 2020. This episode was directed by Nathaniel Villanueva, and of course written by Charles Murray and the fabulous Dave Filoni. Of course, this picks up right where the last episode let off, with the Martez sisters and Ahsoka back in jail after a failed escape attempt. They're back in in jail with being held by the Pikes for the spice that they did not deliver. And they are, of course, trying to figure out how to escape. Ahsoka has a plan. She just tells the Martez sisters to trust her. She knows what she's doing, just to trust her. So she puts her plan into motion, which is basically a plan that allows Trace and Rafa to go free. And, of course, with the hope that they will just go and never come back. But it doesn't really work out that way, because Rafa doesn't want to, quote-unquote, owe Ahsoka anything. So she's going to go back and rescue Ahsoka. But Ahsoka's got her own plans by, of course, with the Martez sisters out of the way. She can now use her Jedi skills to escape the prison, which is something she really was trying to avoid doing while the Martez sisters were there, because she knows their anti-Jedi feelings. With them out of the way, she breaks out of prison. She discovers the spice production and stumbles upon a very interesting conversation between the head Pikes of this facility with the one and only Maul.
Yes.
So, of course, that piques her curiosity, and she continues on her escape, stumbles across some bombs, plants bombs everywhere to destroy the spice production facility, because, of course, what's Ahsoka want to do? She wants to help people. Best way to do that, if they're on spice, is to get rid of the supplies. Simple enough. So she plants a whole bunch of bombs, stumbles across some transmission logs, discovers that Maul is on Mandalore. Well, escape gets foiled. She gets recaptured. She uses some of her Jedi skills. They realize she's a Jedi. Catch her anyway. Take her down. And when they're before the head Pike, Rafa and Trace show back up, say, hey, we brought back the spice you told us to, even though they had just ripped it off from another Pike base. Here's the spice. And, of course, that's when they reveal to the Martez sisters that Ahsoka is a Jedi. And, of course, things kind of go crazy. And from there, another escape is made. The destruction of the spice is done. The escape. And, of course, end up back on Coruscant in the garage of the Martez sisters. And that's when Bo-Katan, Ursa Wren, and another Mando show up, have a discussion with Ahsoka.